Hello everyone, we're back here with defensive pattern number 7, a defensive rook lift. So usually rook lifts are quite aggressive, but here they're quite defensive. So let's see what this pattern is all about. So here you see a classic attacking formation aimed at this h3 pawn, trying to just blast open the white king side and crush white. So here white, seeing all of this, just prevents it with a simple rook c3 defending h3. So this is our pattern. One thing to remember though is that sometimes a nasty fork on e2 can and will arise in your games. So try to avoid that. Be careful of knight f4, jumping to e2, checking your king and forking the rook. And usually when the knight is on f4, it makes this h3 move even more powerful. So do be aware of that. Try to prevent this knight e2 check and try to take care of this knight on f4. So how does the pattern play out? Very simple, rook c3 here, and we're defending h3 from nasties. And for our sample position, again a position taken from Ray Cheng's excellent book, Practical Chess Exercises, 600 Lessons from Tactics to Strategy. So here I believe this is a game between, actually I should have looked this up. Yeah, it was between Ponomaryov, Russell and Ponomaryov as white against Viktor Korchnoi as black. I knew it was, I thought Korchnoi was white or something, but yeah. Yeah, anyway, so now we know. So here, rook c3 was played defending against these nasty threats, because black also has these ideas, or rook g5 ideas, so this could get quite dangerous, or even the immediate bishop takes h3 is rather dangerous. So rook c3 is a very important prophylactic move, and this is how Ruslan eventually won the game. So now for our test, we have a game by Arthur Kogan against Peter Svidler. No, I know it's Peter Svidler, but I'm just just making sure I didn't mess up here with giving the answer in the test. So we have an Italiano, and here Peter Svidler was rated 2460, so this is quite a young version of Peter Svidler. And here we get to see a nice tactic by Arthur. And now this is the position we have on our hands. What should what should white play? And yeah, try to pause the video. Try to figure it out. Yeah, what should white play? What's the reason? What's the follow-up for black? Very important. Don't just tell me what white plays. What's the follow-up for black? And yeah, try to figure that out. Pause the video and we'll have the answer shortly. So here is our answer from the full game in this wonderfully played Italian by Arthur Kogan. So very nice knight f6 check, breaking open the structure. And here is our answer. You do play rook c3, and yeah, the point is you're preventing all of these nasty threats. And I asked you about black's follow-up because black is actually still attacking. Rook c3 isn't the end of the tail here. You still need to defend as white, especially with this bishop aiming here. Bishop takes h3 becomes a much bigger threat, because after queen takes h3 you have these queen g3 check ideas with perhaps even perpetual ideas, or at the very minimum perpetual ideas. So rook g8 is a very nice move by Svidler, keeping on the attack, keeping the fire going. So white needs to defend and defines knight g4, protecting the g2 square, and now opening up for this rook. King h7, opening up for your rook, for Svidler's rook. And now rook f3, maybe attacking here because of these ideas. So rook g5 is played, and now the bishop comes back as well. So the bishop took a pawn on a6, but now it's back to defend and add some pressure on the king here. Rook bg8, keeping on the attack, but the knight on h4 provides sufficient defense, and now the check comes. White wins this pawn. Black keeps trying to go for this g2 pawn, but white simply can't defend with rook g3. And after knight f5, the defense and attack by white is too strong, and black here is completely lost. So very nice game by Arthur here, beating a very strong opponent. Of course, already Svidler was 2460 here. And it really highlights the importance of this rook c3 prophylaxis. Yeah, a pattern you definitely should be aware of. Rook lifts are not always aggressive and attacking. Sometimes they are defensive resources that you should definitely be aware of. So with that, thanks for watching, guys. Take care.